conference this morning, we have a panel of esteemed speakers with us, starting with Professor Ron Thompson from Columbia University School of Social Work to speak a few words, followed by Deputy Commissioner for the city's Department of Youth and Community Development. We also have with us Mark Joyner, who is president and founder of ConstructZero.org. And lastly, we will have our runner Tellman speak a few words about the journey ahead of us. Ron?
Thank you. Good morning. Over 2 million 12 to 24-year-olds experience homelessness each year in the United States. To give you an idea about how many people that is, it's roughly equal to the populations of Manhattan and Staten Islands combined. And I'm not talking about children who are members of homeless families. I'm talking about children who have no family support. They are on their own. This is unacceptable, and this is why we're here today. This morning I will speak briefly to the broader issues of youth homelessness, how youth become homeless, the problems they face, and what we can do to help. So, what are the causes of youth homelessness? In part, they're the same factors that contribute to the homelessness of adults: poverty, lack of affordable housing, high unemployment. But beyond these factors, youth homelessness is a reflection of family conflict and abuse. Many youth leave their homes to escape physical and sexual abuse. Many are abandoned or run away because they are gay, lesbian, transgendered, bisexual. Youth homelessness is also a result of underfunded government policies and programs. In fact, just recently, Congress ignored pleas for programs funded by the Runaway and Homeless Youth Act for a $50 million increase over last year's budget to provide the necessary crisis shelter for homeless youth. Youth homelessness is also perpetuated by deficits in the public welfare system. For example, research has shown that from 1/3 to 1/2 of homeless and runaway youth have emancipated from, aged out, or absconded from the foster care system. So what are the consequences for these youth once they become homeless? Well, once they're living on the streets, staying in shelters, there are particular risks for school dropout, unemployment, sexual abuse, physical violence, prostitution, mental illness, alcohol and other drug problems, physical illness, and involvement in the criminal justice system. So what do we do to address this problem? Well, first we have to realize that most homeless youth are not simply rebellious kids who just can't get along with their families and therefore run away to live on their own. They're disconnected from the worlds of work and education. They have intense histories of violence, abuse, and abandonment from families and systems that were meant to be there to protect them. They are not runaways, they are throwaways. We must be cognizant that the current economic crisis has also brought a new level of urgency to the issue of youth homelessness. The numbers of homeless youth are growing and will continue to grow. Agencies who provide the services that work are overburdened and underfunded. Many have been forced to close their doors. Now, the federal government has passed legislation and designed programs to prevent and end youth homelessness. However, it's not adequately funding the problem or the solution to the problem. We're essentially managing, not ending homelessness. However, the problem of homelessness among youth is a solvable one. There are many successful examples of prevention and independent living programs, rehousing efforts, permanent supportive housing programs that can prove we can succeed. Some of these you will hear more about later. And these solutions are also cost-effective. The average cost of living in a transitional living housing unit for youth is about $12,000 a year. The average cost of foster care, inpatient care, juvenile correction placements range from between $25,000 and $55,000 a year. The potential exists, but the resources do not. So, The challenge before us is to bring together the systems, the policies, and communities that touch the lives of homeless youth, and develop a partnership through which we can end youth homelessness once and for all. This is where we as individuals have to make a commitment to our youth. And one of the most powerful ways we can help alleviate youth homelessness is to give financial gifts to organizations that are dedicated to providing housing, education, and career training for this vulnerable segment of our population. Thank you.
Show that the need is there. In these difficult financial times, we've worked closely with the City Council to not only maintain funding for our homeless youth programs, but to actually double it. So this year we're spending about $12 million a year to provide crisis shelters for youth, to provide transition to independent living programs, to do drop-in centers, to run street outreach programs that roam the streets of New York City to help young people connect with services. But it's not enough. For every program that we fund, we turn 2 groups away. So we appreciate Tellman's effort to not only raise money, because regardless of how much money is raised, he's helped raise awareness about the needs of these young people, and he's given a voice to young people who don't have a voice. Thank you again.
Thank you, Bill. Next on the agenda, we have Mark Joyner, who's the CEO and founder of ConstructZero.org. Mark is also volunteered to run the first 10K leg of the Run Across America with a broken toe, barefoot, with Tellman. So come on up, Mark. Thank you.
All right, broken toe!
Hey guys, it's very hard to follow up such serious speeches about homelessness. And for me, this is really important, not just because I was once a homeless teen myself, but because I believe in what Tellman is doing, and that's what I came here to talk about. And I'm getting some direction here that I should probably take off these sunglasses. Probably not the right look for that. And I was going to tell you some stories about Tellman as a businessman, but on thinking about it, I don't know if it's really necessary. I think that what Tellman is doing here speaks for itself. The fact that he stands here for this amazingly serious issue that most people don't know about, and that he's doing something so brave and so huge to take care of that, I think that is something that deserves a round of applause from all of us, right? Yeah. All right. So with that, I just want to say, Tellman, good luck to you. I know that you're going to do this, and it's going to be amazing, and I hope that everyone will support you in this cause, and we can raise more awareness for this issue, because that's what this is all about. So, thank you.